Okay, hello guys. Evening. Mr. Moses, do you have anything to say before we proceed?
Okay, before we start, to everyone who just joined, please, once it's 8 o'clock, everybody should try to join this class. I don't need to wait for people to join. Once it's 8 o'clock, everybody should join the class. So, Instructor Martins, you can start. At the end of the class, I would like to share some information. Okay, you
Okay,
can start.
okay, no problem. Okay, guys, how you doing? How's your day? I hope everybody has tried to do one or two things. Today I'm sure you are surprised to see my slide. It's saying welcome, I'm Professor Sponge. Yeah, today SpongeBob, we invited SpongeBob to come and teach you guys. Funny, right? Okay, let's get back to business. On today's topic, so I'll be teaching you syntax and some cells. Yeah, I'll be teaching you syntax and cells today. So just take notes. Those that have your laptop on, please just put it on. Go to your Excel. Those with your phone, remember, go to your spreadsheet. Nobody will be left behind. Those who have the Excel on phone, open it on yours. While those on your system, please open it on your system and pay attention while I explain. So syntax, a formula in Excel is used to do mathematical calculation. Please take note, formula in Excel is used to do what? Mathematical calculation. Remember when I told you that in Excel is used for what? Mathematical calculation, function. Don't be afraid though. If you don't know maths, don't worry, this is the right place for you to be. SpongeBob does not know maths, but he will teach you how to do it, how to use some tricky ways. So don't be afraid. You don't need to know maths to be able to do it. So a formula in Excel is used to do what? Mathematical calculation. Formulas always start with what? The equal sign. A formula always starts with what? The equals to sign typed in the cell followed by what? Your calculation. So note you claim the cell by selecting it and typing the equal sign in the cell. I will explain it. So if you have your notes, you can write step to create a formula. Number one, select the cell. Okay, somebody has a question. Okay, please. Okay, you can unmute your mic and ask. Okay, Mr. Abbas, you can unmute your mic and ask.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Please, I'm not seeing your screen.
Really? Please, how many people are not
Yes.
seeing the screen? Is it only she? Please just indicate by raising up your hand so I can actually check what is wrong. But if I get like 5 people seeing the screen, then I'll proceed.
I guess it's a network, okay? I'm seeing
Okay.
the screen.
Okay. So, Mr.
I
Abbas,
Should I lo-
we
should
can
I log
proceed.
out and still log in again?
Okay,
yes,
just do that.
you
We'll
can
give
log
you
in.
okay fast. We'll give you like 2 minutes to do that.
Oh, okay,
So,
thank you.
please, Instructor Israel,
Okay.
your mic, you have to at least adjust your mic. Your mic is making some sound, so
Okay.
you have to, I think, adjust it so that you can speak well.
Okay. Let me check the mic.
Okay, Christina Chinaza. I think I have not heard from Christina, so so many times we have an interaction, she always leave. Please, you have to stay so that I will know you very well, so that we can speak to each other. Okay, so Instructor Martins, you can start.
Okay. I hope you can hear me now clearly. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, this is okay. I think it's okay.
Okay. So, like I said, step to create your formula. Number one, you select a cell. If you are writing it, you can take notes. You select a cell. Number two, you type what? The equal to sign. Then what? The second step, select a cell or type of value. After the equal to sign, you select the cell or type of value. I will explain that to you. Select the cell or type of value. Number three. Number four, enter an arithmetic operator. So don't listen to this big grammar. Arithmetic operator mean plus, minus. You can write it in your book. Multiplication, addition, subtraction. Those are, you know, the symbol minus, plus mean plus. Division means division. So that is what arithmetic operator means. So the fifth one, select another cell or type what? Type value. Then press what? You press your enter to do that. So step, don't worry, we'll be working with that. So now, okay, range also. Range is an important part of what? Excel, because it allows you to work with selection of what? Cells. There are four different operations for selection. We have number one, selecting what? A cell, selecting multiple cells, selecting a column. Who remembered how we did selection of column in the last class when we were explaining columns and row? Don't worry, if you don't know it, I can. But if you remember, I'll still get you through it. So selecting what? A column, selecting a row. So before having a look at the different operations for selection, we introduce what? The name box to you also. So selecting a cell. Cell are selected by clicking them with the left mouse button. Okay, somebody has a question. Jessica, okay, you can ask.
Yeah, so sorry. Not a question. You're kind of very fast. I was still writing for different types of operator. Sorry.
Okay, let me go back.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so like I explained, the four different type of those operators, like the arithmetic operators, we have the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So all those ones that you used to do, but I'll be showing you more on it. But if you know that your addition sign, plus is addition, minus subtraction, division most times is slash, and sometimes is that the double column with the slash in between them. Most times. So also we also have remainder. Remainder is represented with, I'll show you the symbol of that remainder. I'll show you the symbol of remainder, how to form a remainder stuff. So are you done with the
Yes, sir.
okay. So range, when I'm talking about range is nothing really hard. Range is like selecting a cell, which I will explain, which we'll do practical on. So it's like selecting a cell. So range is important part of Excel because it allows you work with what? Selections of cell. You know, when you're working with data cell and you're asked to like, oh, go and select let's say we have list of students which we'll be working with today. Go and pick out let's say Adamu. So you go and select that cell. You have to go and look for Adamu's cell. But later on, we'll teach you advanced way to search on it. But you have to go and look for Adamu's cell and select what? Adamu's cell. So that's why you need to know the different type of what? Range. That's why there's range. So there's range by what? Number one, selecting what? A cell, a single cell, selecting what? Many cell. You can select many cell that you want. Selecting what? A column. So we also have selecting a column, and also we have what? Selecting a row. Like in the other class, when I did one example, I was like, oh, let's test some people. Can you select the what was this? What was this part? Was it a column? Was it a row? So if you remembered, but don't worry, we'll go back to the practical aspect. So that's what range is about. So when you hear about range, it's like selection. for you to select a cell, what type of range, as we hear the word range, the distance, but in this Excel, it allows us to what? Work with selection. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 type, selecting a cell, selecting multiple cell, columns and rows. So for selecting a cell, how to select a cell? To select a cell, cells are selected by what? Clicking them with your left mouse. Most times you might click them with your left mouse or your mouse. You just go to a cell. Don't worry, we'll practicalize it. We'll just go to a cell like any of these things. Remember in this sheet, okay, yeah, these are called cells. Each box here. Are you seeing each of all these boxes are what? Are your cells. Please take note. Remember, everything inside here is what? Your sheet, right? So each of these rectangular box that we can see here, or inside this sheet is what? Your cell. So each of all these things is your cell. So now this is cell, this is cell, this is cell, this is cell. So it is the easiest way to use the mouse to select a cell is to click on the cell. So we are going to experiment with selecting the cell. Then also, I just want to explain the major thing for you before we start this our practical now. I hope you understand, so that because the practical is going to take a lot of time, small time though, but so we also have selecting the entire cell. The entire spreadsheet can be selected by clicking the triangle at the top left corner of the spreadsheet. So take note, remember when we saw this full side in this cell, this small thing here, this triangle something here, when you click on it, it will select everything, all this box, everything, it will select it all. Then there's also shortcuts to select everything. Write it on your notes. Control A, because I'll be giving you shortcuts too to make your life easy and work life easy also. So Control A for those using Windows laptop to select your cell. But if you are using your mobile phone, when you see this something here, when you click on it, it will select all the cells here. Don't worry, we'll explain it. So if you have any question concerning this aspect, you can ask. But when we get to the practical, we'll start doing now. We'll do practical today. So we'll start doing much of it. So this where you select your cell, the entire cell, take note, the entire cell. So I move on. Selection of range. Selection of cell range has many use area, and it is one of the most important concepts of what? A cell. Do not think too much about how it is used with values. You will learn more about this in the next chapter. But today on, I'll teach you there are two ways to what? Select a range of cell. When I will explain more on selecting range of cell in this practical. So the easiest way is to what? Drag and mark. There's number one, drag and mark. I'll show you. Then how to drag and mark a range. Remember range, how to drag and mark a range. Now we are working with selection of what? Range. Remember in this diagram, when we talked about the range now and the cells, I say selecting each cell, right? It's a single, it's what? Selection of what? It's selection of what? Selecting of the cell, right? So now to select the entire cell, you click on this to select the entire cell. Also, we have selection of range. So when we talk about range, this box, are you seeing each of these boxes is a cell? Now we want to select from a distance, maybe from this distance to here to here. So that's what we are dealing with here. So we can either do a drag to mark a range or a name box. I will explain it more better for you in the practicalized aspect. So how to drag and mark a range. Number one, select a cell. How to drag and mark a range. Select a cell. Number two, left click it and hold the mouse down button. Most times it will work. On some laptop it will not work. So when this second part, when you click on your mouse, hold your mouse down, then you will drag it. So we also have the third one, move your mouse pointer over the range that you want to select. Move your mouse pointer over the range you want to select. the range that is marked will turn what? Gray. I will explain them to you. Then number 4, let go of your mouse. Then here, for those using MacBook, you are using an iOS product or a MacBook laptop, the control for selecting everything without pressing this is what? CMD. You see something as CMD on your Mac, CMD plus A. That's the control for those using MacBook. So now everybody should open your Excel. So I'll open mine now, then share my screen. So I've opened mine. I'm about to share the screen now so you can see. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen now. Please, if you can see my screen, just raise up. If I see one person hands up, then I can. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, now remember all these places are the sheets. Okay, okay, 2 people and okay. So now remember these are the sheets, right? This is the sheet and this is our ribbon, right? So now we are working with the first lecture, which is called, okay, somebody hand is up. Okay, I think she has a question. Okay, you can proceed if it's a question. Okay, Miss Okeke, you can proceed if it's a question. I think I can see your hand still up. Okay, I doubt it's a question. Okay, so at the first thing I talked about what? Selecting a cell. So now how do we select a cell? This is your sheet, right? So now let's click on any place. Click on any cell on your laptop. So I've clicked on this. So somebody, if you have done that on yours, please indicate if you have clicked on anyone on your laptop. Okay, yeah, 2 people have clicked. Okay, good. So they are with me. So now we've selected one cell, right? So see, we can select different cell. We can select different cell, right? Yeah, so we can select different cell. So now this cell we selected, there's what is called a range in this cell. So to know the cell you have selected, if you look at this place, the name box, this is called a name box. I hope you can see where my mouse is. This is called a name box. This is called a name box. This place here, where my mouse is called a name box. So whatever cell you select is going to tell you that this is what? This is H. Then it's going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. It will tell you that you are in H in what? Cell 7. That's what this name box is doing, which is here, H7, right? H7 means you are what? You are selecting this cell from H to what? 7. That means you are here. So if we're in 5, we are selecting what? Sorry, 4. We are selecting H to what? H to 4. Okay, so I want to give somebody, I'll pick one cell now. So somebody can actually tell me, let me see if anybody is following with me. What cell am I in? Okay, can somebody unmute and tell me what cell I'm in?
D6.
Huh? Okay, D6. Okay, good. Yeah, D6. Okay, someone else?
H3.
H2?
3.
Okay, yes, correct. Okay, let me try. Okay, yeah, somebody else?
C3.
Okay, C3. What about this?
E9.
Okay, I want another person. Okay, let me do one. Okay, someone else. Someone else.
M13.
M13.
Okay, yeah, correct. So that is how to know what the cell you are in. So that's how to know the cell you are in. So now selecting multiple what cells, right? We talked about selecting multiple cell now. Now take note, this part is tricky on selecting multiple cell. Now let's say this is the cell, this is E, right? You have to click on those using Windows laptop, click on your control when you have selected this cell. Select any cell you are in. Don't follow my own. I always like you to practicalize on different cell. Don't click E6. Select a different cell on your own. Control, hold your control when you select it. Now pick another cell. Click on it. Now pick another cell. Click on it. Now pick another cell. Click on it. So has somebody done it already? This is selecting multiple what cell. If someone has been able to do it, please indicate. If I can see if you are able to perform it on your laptop. Okay, one person. I need like 10 people. Okay, 2. Okay, 3. We have 3 people yet. Okay, so what about the rest of you? Are you being able to perform the operation on your laptop? Okay, I guess since 3 people can do it, okay, I believe everybody. But if you can't do it, please unmute your mic and indicate so I can guide you through this again. Please, if you can't perform this, unmute your mic and tell me so I can guide you on what to do. If you're having any difficulty.
I'm
Okay,
having issue with it though.
Okay, are you on your laptop or?
Yes.
Okay, so I start again. So click on a cell. Click on any cell. Hold your control. Check on your laptop. You see what is called CTRL. It's at the bottom left of your keyboard. CTRL. Write it on your book. After the FN key, most times you'll see a CTRL. Click on the cell and hold that. Have you done that? Please, the person that indicated should try to respond so I can proceed.
Yes, I've done it.
Okay. So the
Yes, I've done it.
is showing the gray stuff, right?
Yes.
Is it showing gray on yours? Okay, now choose another cell and double click on it. Choose another cell and double click on it. So is it working now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I see somebody is raising up his hand. Mr. Abbasi, do you have any issue? Okay, no. Okay, so that is how to select what? Multiple cell. So what was the other one that we talked about? Now we talk about range, selecting the whole cell, right? So now to select the whole cell, remember I told you I said click on what? Click on this guy, right? So when we click on this guy, bangam, everything has been selected. So do that on yours and check. Let's quickly move on. Okay, have you done that? If you're able to do it, select the whole screen, just indicate. If I can see one person, then I'll proceed. Okay, yeah, okay, somebody has done it. Okay, now so click on it again to remove it most times, or just click on your normal screen, then it will go off. So that's how you select what? The entire cell. So now a range, when we talked about range, right? We're talking about range from what? From a distance to where? A distance, selecting a range, right? From distance from range is like from 1 to 20, 1 to 30. So that's what range typically means. So now when you come here, choose any cell, choose any cell. When you choose any cell, are you with me? When you choose any cell, hold this. Okay, somebody has a question. Okay, proceed, Mrs. Abasi. Okay, I doubt it was a question. Okay, so now when we are selecting the range now, click on this, select any cell. Now click on this small, are you seeing this tiny thing? This tiny small dot here. Take your mouse there, then drag. You can also drag to the left and what? To the right. But that's not actually a good way of doing it. The best way I found on doing it, on your keyboard, you will see an arrow up key or a shift key. If you know what a shift key is, if you know what a shift key is, you can actually see it on your keyboard. Or your shift key, there's what is called arrow down. It's located at the bottom right of your keyboard. So hold your shift key and press what? Your arrow down button. So when you press your arrow down button, you can select it downward, then you can also select it to the left. So this is a range, selecting what you need. Are you seeing? You can play with it. It's like you playing a video game. So come, use that your shift arrow key on your keyboard, move round the cell. Hold your shift is at the top of those 4 arrow buttons, then move it to the down. If you want to select a range from 6 to 12, then move it to the right. You can move it to the left, and any point you want. Please, who has done this should let me know. Just indicate. Okay. Okay, 2. Let me see. Any other person? 3, 4. Any other person? So if you have difficulty doing it, please let me know. Indicate. Okay, you can unmute your mic if you have any difficulty. Okay, if you have any difficulty, unmute your mic and tell me so I can go back to it again. Okay, so no difficulty on doing it. Okay, now let's get back to the days of practical. Right. Okay, now, so back in the days in 2000 and let's say 5, they started compiling results with Excel, right? Result sheet. So now, how do we compile a result sheet with Excel? So today is going to be practical, but first of all, we need to learn something very important now. So now this cell, I'm selecting a cell to perform a mathematical function. Who can read what I gave you? Who can read the instruction? The first step, I gave a step to perform mathematical function. Okay, so nobody. So SpongeBob will be teaching us today. So to perform a mathematical function, which is the major thing in this Excel, you have to look at this. First of all, you need to what? Select your cell, right? So now I'm selecting what? A D6, right? I'm selecting a D6, right? And I will say D6 is equal to what? So we can type in anything. Let's say D5 is what? I'm putting 100 here. So now let's come to what? D7. You can do a different thing on your own, do a different number. I'll say D7 is what? 200. So now, right? So I want to write total here. You can write total. You can write anything. So let's write total is what? Or we can say sum. So now we are in what? F what? F. We have to look very closely. F, if you can't use your eye to look, you have to come where? To this place. We're in what? In this name box. F10. So I will come here to write your mathematical function. You either write it here or where? You write it at this place. But you need to take note, you need to be in what? F10. So I will just come here, I'll say what? What's the next step? You have to select what? Your cell and say equal to, right? Equal to what? So what are we adding now? What are we adding? What are the two things we are adding? We are adding what? We have to come here to use our eye to check. We have to come here to use our eye to check and say what? This is what? D what? D5, right? So we need to come here and say it's equal to what? D capital letter D5, right? Then we need to check what is the next number. Take note, there's something separating them here. Are you seeing there's something separating them here? So we need to say D5 is what? What are we adding together? That's the thing. So who remember what was the next step? Who remembered? I told you something about arithmetic operator. Who remembered? I explained it currently about arithmetic operator. Okay, so nobody remembered. So now we need to, is it total now? Do we want to perform addition or subtraction or division? So now we want to perform what? Total, the addition. Addition, we want to add two things together, 100 plus 200 to check what is the answer. So now we have gotten this one, which is D what? D5, which we trace to this place. D5, right? So we say equal to, you must always put equal to as the first place. Equal to what? D5 is the addition we are doing. We now say addition plus what? What are we adding? Take note, we are adding what? D7, not D6. So D6 is empty. So we now say plus what? D7. Capital letter D7. Then when we click enter in our keyboard, we get what? 200, or 100 plus 200, we give you what? 300. So that's how to perform a mathematical function. So I want you to quickly do this and add 500 times, or you add 5 times 2 and do the total on your system and see if it runs. If 5 people can do it, I'll proceed to what we're about to perform now. So if you don't get what I explained, please indicate so I can explain it back for you. Okay, okay, only you, okay. So let me start again. So when we, okay, when we were explaining now click, select a cell. I explained about selecting a cell, right? So now we are selecting any cell. I want to pick any cell. Random SpongeBob pick for me. So it's going to pick one cell for me. So I don't know the name of this cell, right? So here is what? B5, right? So I want to write like we are adding two numbers, right? So let me say this is 1. You can type 1 in that cell you selected. So now we want to look for another cell, pick any random cell and say, oh, this is G, right? So this is what? G what? G2. And you can write any number. This is 1 already. So you can write, let's say 10, right? To be easy. So now we want to select another cell to get our total. So here we can write a test. So here we can write a test and call it what? Sorry, does someone ask to say something? Mrs. Grace? I think she's out of connection or something. Okay, so now you have to write, you just type in what's total. Then here you can come, after typing total, you can come to any place and perform your total. But you need to know, you need to be organized to know where your total is. So now you see all these two things are scattered. So we want to add these two guys now together. So now you come here and click and you check here. Here you have to write it on your note that, oh, this is G2, right? Remember, this is G. We're in G what? G2.
Okay. Instructor Martins.
Okay.
I think someone just joined. I think Taiwo Hassan. and I've not heard about that name here in this group before. So I want him to speak. So Taiwo Hassan, unmute your mic, speak. I want to know you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Taiwo Azan from Ekiti.
Have you been joining?
No, this is my first time joining the class. Though the first class, I missed the class, but the second one, that was day before yesterday, I couldn't join due to network. So I watched directly from YouTube.
Okay. I
Yes,
we
sir.
keep as a data analyst, we keep record of our students. We know each and every
Oh,
one of our students who have been participating with us, and that's why I recognize that you have not been joining. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Day before yesterday, I posted it on the group that I couldn't join due to network. It was raining here that day, so I couldn't join. I find it difficult to join.
No
So
problem.
that is
So
why. But the first class, I missed the class.
okay.
Okay, I
So
think we are
But
running out of time.
I watched the recap on YouTube.
okay. Chinaza, I think is Chinaza available now? Okay, Chinaza is not here. So you can continue, Instructor Savior, Instructor Martins.
So now you need to click on this one. This is what G what? This is G2, right? So that's G2. You need to write it on your notes so you can know what cell this guy is. Remember, coming to your name box, it will tell you this is G2. Now you need to click on this one and check what cell it is. If you can't track it through this way, you can check on your name box. It will give you what B5. So here in your total now, we can put total close to this place or here. All we need to do, we need to remember to compute your total. Hello, Mrs. Grace. Do you have something to say? I think your mic is breaking. I think she must have run out of connection. So on your total, you say equal to what? You are doing G2 plus what? Capital letter G2 plus what? We are saying what? The B what? B5 plus what? Your B5. So when you enter, it will give you the total number of that. I hope you understand it now because I want to proceed to something.
Please, where do I get the addition sign, please?
Oh, okay. For the new people, like your addition on your keyboard, close to your four arrows at the top, there's a arrow key there, which is called, sometimes you'll see it on your keyboard as a shift. They call it a shift key. You hold your shift key plus, me, I'm using a Chinese keyboard here. So you have to use your shift key plus, at the top of your numbers, the top right, you will see a positive, negative, division. So you hold your shift key and you can click on those positive addition or subtraction.
Please,
Has it worked for you?
who is asking the question?
Check Mr. Abasi or Mrs.
Okay,
Abasi. Some.
okay, Miss Abbas. Okay, just check at you see your keyboard backspace, then you see the plus equal to minus and a dash. Then you see
Okay,
zero
I've
one.
seen it. I've seen it. Thank you.
Okay, so is it working for you now?
Yes, it is. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay, so now I'll proceed quickly. So what we are doing today, we are going to do like a student form, how they were computing results in 2020 2005. So to do student results, first of all, you need to make your interface like really nice. So let's just look for one layout here to use, or text here to use to make that look okay. Okay, we are running out of time. So what you just do, just write student portal click on this place. Are you see my hand? Click on this screen, hold your mouse, and you can do something like this to create your space. So what we are trying to do here now, here you are going to write the name of students. So we are taking inputs now. Name of students, the name, which normally everybody does, the name, what other thing does student name, Abi, or student first name. Somebody's mic is okay. So first name. Now, if you look at the first name, it's kind of combining to this second cell. So you click on this place, take your mouse to this place, click on it, you drag a little bit. Yeah, so you write your what? The surname. I can just say my surname. So you write the surname, come here again to make it look good. So you write your surname. What other thing does the student need again? I think performance or subject. You write the subject and scores. Let's just do scores for now. And scores, right? And score. So student first name, let's say Adams. Yeah, what we'll do now, you need to work with like colors to make them look not really not bad. Here you can just make it, click on this place, this theme. You see what I did? When you click on this first cell, hold your shift and right click to select the full row. So when you right click on your arrow key, you move to stop at this point. Don't keep on going. You stop at what? The score. When you stop at the score, come to this place, this color tab, click on this arrow here on this color, then give it a color that will suit for the students or for you. So you can just give it any color. I can say green to make it look really nice. Then if you want to put score color, you can select score text, then come here to select the text of that color. Come here and we can change what the text. But before we change the text, we need to select everything inside this box. So to select everything, hold your shift in that cell and select everything here. Then come to this color part and you can give it any color you want. I think red almost like, yeah, I think scores they use red most times. You can make this a bold. The shortcut to make it a bold is Control B. So we can typically select everything. You can write the shortcut and say Control B. It will bold the full thing for us. So that's the shortcut, Control and B. So now this is Adams, right? Adams is a student. Let's give him a surname and say Usman. And let's say maths. He performed. Maths is scored. We just put the score for now. Basically, you'll be doing the hard work. So let's give another name. Think. So I will. Okay, so let's say English. It's called 100, right? So I will not be putting in much students on here. There's no time to fill in more students. So most times in this score here, what teachers does or your data analysts in school then that they pay them block, I think they're collecting about 50,000 in 2025. So the total here, what they do here, they'll put total, right? You can say total here, and at the front you can put equal to, so the person can know what he's doing. But this equal to doesn't do anything, just a simple test. Now we want to add what? The scores together. Can somebody guide me on how to add the scores together to get the student result? Mrs. Grace, your mic is okay. Yes, you can proceed, Jinika. Okay, you can proceed, Miss Jinika, followed by okay.
Okay. To get, I'm not even seeing the screen. Sorry, I'm not seeing the screen.
Okay,
I need to just.
Okay, to get the score, I think you do equals to D4
okay,
plus
equal to D. Wait,
D
D what?
4
Okay, 4
plus D5.
plus D5. Okay, so when I click enter, I get 150. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so now can any other person try? The other person that was raising up, the other person that
Correct.
wanted to participate, to
It's
get
correct.
to subtract the scores from this. We want to subtract the score from this. So what do we do to subtract the scores?
Is equal to D. I'm not seeing the screen though. Is equals to D.
No, I don't want you to. You've already participated. I want to try someone else. Okay, Mr. Taiwo, you can proceed.
Okay, you can equal to D.
I'm coming.
That is D. Okay, equal
Equal
to
to
D4.
D4.
D4
Okay.
plus
We are
D5.
minusing the score. We want to
Okay,
subtract the score.
minus
So what do we
D5.
do? Okay, minus
D5.
D5. Sorry, remember
Yes.
I told you I'm using a Chinese keyboard, so where did my minus go? So we get the point, minus D5. What happened to my I have to look for it, so it's not easy. Where is this minus? Why are you hiding? Ah, hey, I can't really find my minus now. Maybe it's hiding. Maybe somebody took that minus now. But anyways, the minus is okay. Yeah, this is it. Minus D what? D5. So let's test. So minus 50, right? So correct. So that's how to do it. So we are going to be having now this assignment for you to be strong. There'll be assignments. I hope everyone understand how this thing work now. So each class has assignment. Okay, somebody is raising up his hand. Please answer. Miss, let me check the name.
Sorry,
Miss
please, I have a question.
Okay, you can
Sorry,
proceed.
please, what is the
Ukoya.
question?
Ukaya, rather.
Okay, Rukaya.
Okay, so
Okay,
please, this if you want to do this calculation, can we input like D5 minus D4 that it will not bring like the minus 50, or must it be in accordance like in sequential
okay.
order of how it's arranged?
Let's proceed with what you are saying. D what? D what?
Did you get the question?
D4. You were saying minus, right?
D5
Okay,
minus
D5
D4.
minus
Can you put it
D4.
like that?
Let's do it and see.
Yes.
So what happened here? D what? You said D5 minus D4.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
are minusing what? The bottom to the top. So it works.
Yes.
But the problem, you have to mind, the
Yeah.
problem now is getting the
Right.
way the result is compiled. You cannot minus from the bottom to the top in a normal examination stuff.
Okay.
You need to like start from the normal principle. You can do it, but the normal basic way
Okay.
for you to understand, so you don't get confused. It's better for you to start at the top to the bottom. It's better in a normal organized way. But you can do it that same way. It works very fine. Nothing spoil. Now, if you look at this our data now, in compiling our results, do you think this is correct? Who can detect something? As a data analyst, do you think the way we arranged it is correct? Each student results sheet, do you think it's supposed to be this way?
No.
Why? What is your reason? What is missing? Okay, somebody wants to participate. Okay, you can proceed, Mrs. Abasi.
I think it's not correct because each student, since we are having two subjects here, math and English, each student should have maths. That same student should have score for maths and
So
score
what can
for
we do
English.
now to adjust this data? What can we do now? Because as a data analyst, you need to now think on how to what. Remember, as a data analyst, how to what? You are collecting the data, how to what? Prepare the data, right? Abby? If you forget, now you can know SpongeBob is here to teach you anyway. But so how do we do it
Yeah.
now? Because now you are working with a rough data now. So how do we fix this? Can someone try? What's the right way? Because something here is not something here. For me, something here is wrong. You understand? Not our calculation, oh, but is this the way student stuff supposed to look like?
No,
So what is wrong? What can
I
we do to
think.
correct this?
So
Okay,
sorry,
don't. Okay,
I don't
don't worry.
understand the question.
Don't wo- don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, Mr. Joseph, you can proceed, or Mrs. Ayimode, you can
No,
proceed.
it's Mr. F.
Okay,
What?
master. Okay.
Okay, what I noticed here is, let me first start with the numbering. Then the arrangement is not well arranged. So that's my own observation.
Arrangement. Okay, fine. As a data analyst, you say arrangement. Not really. The major thing here is the way we arrange. Okay, you said the arrangement. So, okay, for the arrangement, what do you think we can do? That's the question. To arrange this now. Me, I already know what to do to arrange this. So, what do you think we can do? What do you think we can do now?
Okay, in our previous class, I said I don't really know much, which I'm still learning. But
Yeah.
to say, yeah, like the student portal, which is starting from number one, should not be. So then the first name, surname should be. Let me see. That's my own observation. As
Okay.
I don't really
You
know much.
you tried, but in a school stuff, normally at the first place, here you are supposed to have a big name to tell that, oh, this is the student, whatever the school name with their own logo, which will teach you how to do that. You are going to put their logo
Okay.
and the first place. It's a normal thing to
Okay.
present your data. So now remember, this is a student. Each student has a result sheet. So remember, this is a first sheet. Now, what is missing first of all? This is sheet one for that student. We are going to supposed to have what? A sheet two. So I hope you can see now.
Yes.
So this how to get a sheet two. So this another one, sheet three. So automation, when we are going to teach about automation, so each sheet will be having what, when you are compiling your results. I know you are now at the second class will be saving as easy sheet. You understand? Each sheet. So that each student is going to have his own sheet. So secondly and thirdly, the other thing that we need to do now that each student has his own sheet, we don't need to have two students in this same place. All we need to do is just have the first name and what? The surname. Or we can have what? Full name and remove what? The surname because we don't need that guy. And we can just have what? The full name. Right? We can have the full name and what? See, we don't need this guy. So we can have the full name, right? And say Adams who? Adams. We can call him Adam something. Or we can say Mr. K. Can say Mr. KK is his full name. So all we need now is what? The subject. Then also we have grade, right? We are supposed to have the grade. In each subject is called what? We are supposed to have the grade. So it's scoring what? It scores and what? Score and what? Grade, right? And grade. Or
Yes.
does grade comes before score? So you as the data analyst preparing your
No,
data.
score comes before grade.
So grade, if you score 50, 50 means A, right, or B. Don't worry, we'll teach you how to use Excel to do those grade and that. So for today class, this is what I have for you today, but I have many tough topic, but I just want to go to the basic because some people here don't really have much idea on most of. the stuff. So this is how to do it. So if you have any question, just proceed. But your assignment that you're going to do for me is going to be very hard. So you are going to submit it in the group. The assignment, you are going to, please note that even if you don't know calculation, you can always go to your Chrome and go and type what is the Excel calculation to solve this thing. It will give you that calculation. You understand? So this calculation now that you are going to do for me, since we have done for uh, student portal, I think when we were working with one data, we did for car parked. So the total amount of car parked in a country, you're going to get country like, let's just say 5 countries. You're going to add 5 countries, 5 different countries. Okay, yeah, 5 different countries. Their total, the person name in each country, and if he has a car, write the amount of car, his water spending abilities, how much he spent per. Okay, somebody's raising up his hand. Okay.
Sorry, please, this assignment, the way you
Okay,
are,
you can proceed, Mrs. Jinika.
I said the
Uh,
assignment, the way you are saying it with your mouth, why not drop it in
Okay.
the group chat? Just drop it in the group chat. Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
don't I'll drop it in the group chat.
okay,
Okay, so
it's
that we
Dr.
are done
Martins.
for today.
It's Dr.
So you
Okay,
said,
it's Dr. Martins.
yeah,
I
I'm
think
with you.
I think you have to explain the assignment for them and drop the details on the chat. Okay. Uh, Christina.
Okay, so the assignment will be very easy anyway. It's just you are doing basic addition on water and bills spent. So you are doing addition and what subtraction.
Okay, Christina.
So it's like a budgeting app.
Okay. Instructor Israel, please hold on. Christina, Mrs. Christina Chinaza, I would like you to speak. I've not heard for you for the past, right from the day we started. So I want you to unmute your mic and speak.
Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome. So where are you receiving this class from? Where are you calling
Oh,
or chatting from?
okay, from IB. Actually, I'm actually on two things. I'm on transit and I had a call. That was why I was not still in this class for the past 20 minutes.
Okay. No, I ask you a question. Where are you from? Like, where are you receiving this lecture from?
Where am I receiving this lecture from? From home.
Yeah. Like the states you are receiving the lecture, where are you from?
Yeah, I said IB Ibadan.
Okay, IB. Okay,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
continue. So,
mhm.
do you see this training like a training that would impact knowledge to you?
Yes, definitely too. It will, and
Great.
it's actually been informative and recalling my memory from actually I'm not that good on Excel, but at least I can record a little from the help of this class and all.
What
So
have
I'm
you done?
getting
What have you done before?
right on. To some extent, at least I know what if count is. Some I can't really remember all, but it's
Okay,
just that's why I really appreciate this class, helping me to regain all my lessons back and
okay.
tracing my way back
Can
to
you
it.
can you recall count A?
Count if yes, a little bit, but
Count.
that's if our instructor put me through.
What about rep?
Prep.
Yes.
I don't think I've heard that. Mm.
Okay. So to everyone here present, I have an information. Okay, please kindly listen to me. So I would like to pass